Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. In this video, we will be continuing in our studies and seeking the revelation of Mary Magdalene. A playlist of these videos will be made. I'll do my best to link it in the description box below. Also, a PDF that I was able to make on the app from an app on my phone will be available in the PDF below. Now, before we get into this video, I warn you that this false text that we will be looking at in this video will be highly offensive, okay? But the reason for this video is by reading this false text, we are able to discern truth, okay? Because the devil doesn't just make things up. The devil counterfeits the truth. He mixes truth with lies. And this is what I believe we find in this rare text called The Greater Questions of Mary. Now, this text has never necessarily been found, but it was quoted in a apostolic father text, whatever. In the PDF, you can read all about what I'm talking about here, okay? And we have the actual quote. Now, I warn you, this is a false doctrine, satanic doctrine, and is highly offensive. But we can discern truth, okay? And now this text talks about an instance that Yeshua had with Mary Magdalene. He took her on a mountaintop and gave her the revelation about, and it was a sexual act that was performed. And now we know, studying this doctrine, that in the second coming of Christ, Christ will be married for the reason of procreating, okay? So there will be sex in the millennial reign. That's kind of the idea behind the millennial reign. Of course, we'll be redeemed from our sin nature. But this false text, I think, gets that revelation we have of Mary Magdalene being the bride of Christ, but it twists it into erotic sex and leisurely type of sex and satanic rituals, okay? So here is the text. You can have the PDF. I'm not going to read this aloud. It's quite offensive. You can screenshot this if you want, or look at the PDF. But here we really have the revelation of Yeshua giving to Mary of a sex act. Now, why would Yeshua be giving Mary this revelation? Because we understand and we know that for the second coming of Christ in the millennial reign, a type and shadow of Mary Magdalene will marry Yeshua. So this false text kind of confirms what we've been uncovering within these videos, within this playlist. Okay? Really amazing. The link will be in the description box below, guys. I'm sorry if anyone's offended by this text. Of course, it is a false text, but we can discern the truth that has been uncovering. So there's something here, okay? All the information will be in the description box below. Thank you for tuning in. So there's something I just want to add to this video. We'll see in other texts that we're going to bring forth on this channel and that will be included on this playlist that Yeshua apparently gave Mary personal revelation. Okay? We don't read about this in our Bibles. We see this in this false text, but we also see this in these texts that are not false. There is one text that we will soon bring to the forefront, I hope tonight or tomorrow, that I believe is not only authentic, but is actual teachings of Yeshua and is inspired, and probably was written by Mary. So we could tell that this false, offensive text really is truth mixed with lies, because we understand that Yeshua will be marrying a Mary Magdalene type of figure called to excuse me, Satan loves this stuff, We know that Yeshua will be marrying a Mary Magdalene type of figure. You know, she stood as that type and shadow for the millennial reign, when we're called to repopulate the earth in the millennial reign. So there's nothing insignificant. If Yeshua gave personal revelation to Mary, you know, that should have prophetic significance. And since we understand that a Mary Magdalene type of figure is called to marry Yeshua in his second coming for the millennial reign, so yeah, we could probably discern this as truth, because it prophetically makes sense. This is how Yah works. This is how he guards his truth, because everything is a type and shadow of another. What was will be tomorrow. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. So I just wanted to add that. So yeah, this false offensive text is significant. The text says we must do this to live. It really means, I think, it's just a sense, a corruption of what's called for in the millennial reign. So for those who have eyes to see, let them hear. I think it's important to bring this to the forefront as we uncover this truth and end time truth. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. Yah bless you.